Alright everyone, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV, and in this video I'm previewing the game against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park this Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Massive game for us, of course. We go into it on the back of a FA Cup victory against Middlesbrough, and of course the reaction to the game coming up against Man United at Old Trafford. So it's a big game for us, a game in which we have to look confident, composed, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to claim another 3 points in the league. With Tottenham, Liverpool all racking up points, it's important that we get a victory in this game. At Selhurst Park, under Alan Pardew, their new manager, it's not going to be easy. They've proved at home that they're actually saying that at home their record this season has been relatively poor, but Alan Pardew's got them playing some good football. They look very good under him. Players that I'm concerned about, Marouane Chamakh, obviously not the most gifted of players, but I can guarantee you now that he's going to be incredibly hyped up for this game. Yannick Bolasie, Dwight Gale, Jason Punchin, all players that I rate in this Crystal Palace side, players that could cause us problems. Mile Jedinak is a player that's going to be absent for them in this game, so we've got to look at that as a positive and hopefully expose their midfield in this game. I'd like to think that we can do that with the attacking array of talent that we've got going forward. I certainly believe that we can punish this Crystal Palace side and hopefully get a couple of goals in it. Defensively, they're not the best of size. Breeder Hangland, his best days are arguably definitely behind him, and we can expose that area of the pitch. A lot earlier on in the season when we beat them, I think it was 2-1 at home, it was a difficult game for us. They set up very defensively. Of course, they were under a different management and different structure then, but they were very defensively stable, and I'd like to think that they're going to line up in a similar fashion in this way and try and make it as difficult as possible for us to try and break them down in this game. Players I like to see involved in this game, obviously I'd like to see Flamley dropped from the game against Middlesbrough. I don't really want him in the team, but overall I think it's a big question really. The big talking point I think is Wojciech Szczesny going to keep his place in the team or not, or is David Ospina going to make a claim, and is he going to continue in goal in the Premier League for us? David Ospina hasn't really shown a reason to be dropped here. I think we're starting to see weaknesses in him. Certainly the parrying to the sides thing, that is becoming a bit of an issue with him. Szczesny played decently against Middlesbrough, but again, I can't really judge him too heavily on that because he didn't really have an awful lot to do throughout the course of the match. So has he really done enough to warrant a start in this game at Selhurst Park? In my opinion, no. I think David Ospina should certainly start the game. So the team of four that I would like to see, actually just briefly before I go into it, Hector Bellerin possibly has a knock in this game. Flamini, yeah, I don't want to see him in the team anyway, but apparently he has a slight injury. But Bellerin is the main cause of concern at the moment, saying that Wenger saying that he might be out for the game. If not, we've got a certainly adequate replacement in Callum Chambers. So the team that I want to see in full is David Ospina in goal, Callum Chambers, Per Mertesacker, Laurent Koscielny, Nacho Monreal, Francis Coquelin, Theo Walcott, Santi Cazorla, Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez and Olivier Giroud up top. I think that's a good team. I certainly think it's a team that is very, very, very dynamic, and I like to think that it's very similar to the side that we lined up with against Middlesbrough, with the only real changes being Theo Walcott coming in for Danny Welbeck. Although saying that, Welbeck, does he really deserve to be dropped? I think that at times he makes our play a lot more balanced, but Walcott's been playing well, so I'd like to see him back in the starting 11 for Arsenal and maybe use Danny Welbeck as an impact sub, or maybe start him in that preferred role as a striker. I do want to see Welbeck playing as a striker a bit more for us, as to utilise on the flanks. He came here to play as a striker. I'd like to think that he's going to be utilised in that role a lot more often. But Theo Walcott is the player I'd like to see start on the right hand side of the pitch. And it was good that we lined up against Middlesbrough with like a 4-1-4-1 kind of thing, and we had both Cazorla and Mesut Ozil in advanced role. So that's something I'd like to see repeated because they both worked very well in that game. It was very balanced and they seemed to really complement each other in the middle of the park, and they knew exactly where each other would be. They weren't occupying each other's spaces. I thought it certainly worked well for us in that game. Francis Coquelin, although I do want to show Crystal Palace the respect they deserve in this fixture, I do think that Francis Coquelin is a player that can hold his own in the midfield, and I think that he should be certainly capable of dealing with whatever Crystal Palace have got to throw at us attacking wise in this game. So that is basically my team lineup for this fixture. Other real comments on the game. It is going to be difficult. There's no really getting away from that. Selhurst Park it's a bit of an intimidating atmosphere. They've got some absolutely excellent fans, and it's going to be overall a very exciting, a very physical battle of football, but a game that I think we can come out on top in. If Francis Coquelin does his job in midfield, we should have enough talent to beat this Crystal Palace side. But away from home, it is going to be difficult. We saw that they can be a very good team to play against defensively. Alan Pardew going to go all out in this game. He started off his Crystal Palace career well, and it should just be all round an entertaining spectacle of football. Certainly a game I'm looking forward to. I mean, it feels like forever since we've actually had a 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. And apologies that this video wasn't any longer. I've been at unis all day pretty much, just looking around. I'm absolutely knackered from all of that, but not that that's interesting at all. Those basically my thoughts on the game against Crystal Palace this weekend on Saturday. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like, rate and subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, and I will speak to you later, guys.
Do you think the fans should pay less money for ticket prices, or should we buy some world-class players? Let's go find out what the fans think.
Well, obviously, reducing ticket prices would be fantastic. That would go down well with all the fans.